Worst job ever. I just want to watch App all night. And now you got me throwing chum in the water, you jerks? Oh.
Here we have the humble sheep. Watch, as the predator approaches, we see nature at work. Lasers! In Color Sheep, you play Sir Wilson, who must change his color in order to blast the flesh off of wolves. This game becomes really difficult as you have to quickly blend colors together to match the incoming enemies in order to fire a blast. The lasers are the fleest of their problems though, because Sir Wilson can also get insane power-ups. But with a lot of power could come some HueBrix, a really fun puzzle game by Yellow Monkey Studios. The grid needs to be filled completely with the different colored bricks, but what makes this game really fun is the variety of modifiers. There are ones that teleport your line, ones that add more or less blocks, and ones that force you to go into predetermined directions. But nothing will ever be as challenging as Backflip Madness, one of the most frustratingly difficult games I have ever played. There is one freaking button, but Backflip Madness don't care. Backflip Madness don't take nothing from nobody. I'm fairly certain that doing a backflip off of a shipping container and over some oil drums would be easier in real life. However, this game is incredibly fun and addictive, if only because you keep trying again and again to land that elusive, perfect backflip. But if you can't, let out your frustration by blowing zombies away in Dead on Arrival. This top-down shooter has you killing your way through an undead-filled hospital. If you've played Call of Duty Zombies, then this game will feel really familiar. The more you annihilate, the more cash you get to buy a weapon off the wall or to open new areas. You even have to repair broken-down barricades. What makes Dead on Arrival really cool is the graphic novel-styled cutscenes. But instead of painting the walls arterial red with a shotgun, use PhotoViva. This image editing app allows you to do basic photo correction, but its coolest feature are the brushes. You can paint over your images with different brush types at different angles and choose what colors you want to pick up on so you can create images like this. Then test your memory with Trid. Recreate the patterns quickly before you run out of time. It seems easy enough until the board you're supposed to replicate starts to rotate and turn. But for something really infectious, there's Sporos. In this awesome cellular puzzle game, you have to place these Sporos across all of the cells in the level. The lines in the Sporos tell you which direction it will spread, and you have to experiment with different placements to find the most effective route for infection. But instead of synthesizing and sequencing scientifically, do it musically with nanoloop, a powerful music creation tool that is also available for your Game Boy. It has a sampler, sequencer, synth, and you can modulate and manipulate to your heart's content to create incredibly full-sounding tunes. You can also share project files across Android and iPhone to create something like this. Evac HD is the rave version of Pac-Man, but in a good way. You collect dots and avoid enemies that chase you, but instead of just running from them, you can hide from them, create traps, or just crush them. Just be careful what path you take, because a wrong move might release swarms of villains that ultimately lead to your demise. But instead of running from your fears, face them head-on in this episode's App of the Week, Year Walk. Year Walk is a beautiful, engaging, and creepy adventure game. The main focus of the game is puzzles and exploration with a heavy dose of Swedish folklore. The premise is that you're on a vision quest, or as the ancient Swedes called it, a year walk, which according to legend, if successful, would allow you to see the future. But in order to see the future, you have to brave the woods and the many creatures it holds. To add to the experience, there's also a free companion app that gives you the history behind the creatures and lore you encounter in the game. Links and prices can be found in the description below. I'm Jake, and as always, thanks for watching.